Pay 0% interest for 60 months during the Tempur-Pedic demo weekend.
Right.
Plus, get 2 free Tempur-Pedic.
Think we're gonna talk now. What's up, guys? Good morning, good evening, afternoon. I'm RDA. I also have a host with me. I think, at least. But we're gonna do Spyro 2 Season of Flame. The beginning of the speedrun's a little weird. We're gonna be doing a glitch that kind of makes the entire game different, and it's going to route the rest of this any percent run.
Hi, and I'm Silverfire. I'll be your host. Do you have any other commentary crew, or is it just you? And
Give the countdown on go. So it's just me. It's just you and me.
All right.
So I can give the countdown if we're ready. All right.
Yeah, go ahead and
go. 3.
Yeah, go ahead.
Sorry. Yeah. 3, 2, 1, go. All right. So after selecting yes, I'm soft resetting the console during the cutscene. Doing that does a couple things to the game. It gives Sparks kind of a weird glitchy aspect where he doesn't even really show up at the beginning. He's still there, he's just not actually there. You'll start to see him if we get any fodder, or if we just go into another stage. But we also have 0 lives, which is not what you're supposed to have at the beginning of the game. You're supposed to have 5. So the glitch that we did is basically like a life underflow glitch. So it thinks that we're playing in 2 different files. And the reason that we want to have a particular amount of lives is life routing is a very helpful way to save some time in between stages. That life counting, or the gem counting screen you just showed, loses quite a bit of time. So there's going to be some instances where I collect certain gems, so I don't collect them going into other stages. I did that going into at the beginning of the run. I collected 4 particular gems, so I don't collect them later. And I also skipped one of the fireflies that we can do in Sunny Plains. I ran past Hunter on those platforms. You can just run past any NPC that is supposed to talk to you, because instead of it being you press a button to start talking to them, it's just a hitbox. And if you're in their general hit radius, then they'll start talking to you. But if you're running, it doesn't you out prioritize that. So you can just skip past him. And we skipped past him to get a different firefly in a different stage in this level. Or not in this level, in this world. So I'll say which one later. It's a very minute time save, but it does save time if you're going for world record. It's also kind of flashy, so it's fun. Also, just a quick note: there's going to be a lot of movement, going on. So I'm going to have to be talking a lot. But right there, if you needed to say something, you can say something. Sorry.
No, I'm just trying to.
There's literally so much going on in this game. It is helpful to have another commentator that knows about the game, but there's not too many people that know about the game. So
I guess the best I can do is just ask questions about what's going on.
For sure. Yeah, if you have any questions, feel free to just chime in. I'm just gonna be spewing out facts. Right here is our first imp minigame. It's kind of annoying, but they all have a manipulatable AI that you can just always do a particular pattern and you'll get them. That's the first one.
Also, donate for the incentive for this game to show off just what can happen if you turn on the cheats for this, and how fast any percent can go like that.
Yeah, it's quite the speed run.
49 out of $100 to meet that incentive.
Almost there.
So we're almost halfway. We're halfway there. And oh wow, never mind. We have a new donation from Anonymous. Go Spyro from Japan for $51. That incentive is now met. Thank you so much for your generosity.
Thank you so much,
and
guys.
supporting Take This. I'm excited to see what kind of silliness that entails.
That's gonna be it's gonna be great. It's gonna be great. This game is for whatever reason the handheld Spyro games don't have too many cheat codes. Except for this one. This one has a lot. This one has like I think like 16 different cheat codes. As opposed to like Season of Ice has like 4. Attack of the Rhinox, which is the sequel to this one, has like 1 or 2. It's not too many. So we got kind of lucky with the amount of cheat codes with this game. I'll get into those later though. So I collected those 4 gems, particularly so I don't collect them going into the next stage. I didn't mention it, but Shamrock Isle is a pretty difficult stage. That actually went really well. But I collected gems at the beginning of the level, so I don't collect them going into that stage. It saves about like 2 seconds over actually having to even save over 1 gem. It saves like 1.5 seconds. So. All right, here is going to be our next example of death routing or life routing. So I have 5 lives. The reason my life counter got fixed is because once you collect a life, it fixes the life counter, and then we have our normal life again. And that's why I did that game over in the first stage. Also, so that I can enter Shamrock Isle a little faster. It's basically just backtracking without having to do any of the movement. It's very helpful. And right here is the extra firefly that we're doing instead of the hunter. So I'm able to just run to that corner, and the enemy still pushes me after it hits me. So maybe we'll just go into the door. And that is the same kind of AI you're able to manipulate. Just a little bit different minigame. Pretty much everything in this game has some sort of an AI that you can manipulate, even these fireflies. There's a couple instances of RNG, but there's very little instances of RNG in this game. It's a pretty interesting speed game. I really enjoy it, but of course I'm biased. So I take a drink of water.
All right. And as we have someone who just subscribed with Prime Gaming, note that all subscription money also goes to Take This. So thank you for subscribing.
Yeah, subbing is hype, especially if you got Prime. It's free. Oh crap! All right, so this is probably one of the hardest stages in the game. There's just a lot going on. You have to burn all these tumbleweeds. And oop, I haven't done that before. And also light all these tiki torches or tiki statues. Oh wow. I kind of forgot what I was saying earlier, but I'm trying to make sure I have enough fireflies because I might have forgot one. If I did, I can just go back and get it. It's fine. It's a really easy one. I just think I actually did. No, I know I didn't. No, I didn't. I'm panicking, don't worry. Whew. That's just a very high execution level. There's a lot of different strats I could go for. I was just trying to get it done with. So right here, once it's done saving, I'm gonna soft reset again. Because I'm not gonna want to watch the screen for counting the gems, and I can also enter this next stage, which is the boss fight, without collecting a gem, which is very nice too. And if you approach that correctly, you don't have to get the little text box of the store or the door showing up. So if there's a text box showing up over Like, okay, so it's hard to explain, but if there's like a door next to a person that you're trying to talk to, the door of the text box will sometimes out prioritize the person, and you'll have to like move around and fix it. And that's kind of what happened there. But sometimes you can just get it perfectly. It's just weird. Anyway, this is a crush. Let's see if we can get this. Nice.
I do have a question about in chat about differences between the flame and ice.
So there's a lot of differences between Season of Ice and Season of Flame. They're basically completely different games. That was a really good boss fight. Like the engines are completely different. The team that made the games are completely different. The movement's different. The camera's different. Everything is almost different, other than the fact that they're both collectathons. Oops, I didn't want to go in there. Yeah, the amount of things that you need to do for any percent in Season of Ice is also different than for this game. Like, this game is a lot easier than Season of Ice, I would say. But they're comparable in the sense that they're, I guess this is the sequel, but they're like completely different games. Another like thing to like that's also different is there's no charge. Like you can't glide out of a charge jump in this game, but you can in Season of Ice and most other Spyro games. But yeah, all right. So right here, this is a little obstacle course that we're gonna do. All right, we did it. Congratulations. And now, because I want to have, I still am trying to like route the fastest lives. It's actually faster to just die again right there while I collect that firefly. It literally loses like a second over not doing it. So. Right, and the reason that worked is because I skipped a check mark. The fairies that were in Season of Ice are now the check marks in this game. And there's certain instances, like in this stage, that might not work. Oh, I'm a good gamer. Oh my gosh. There's instances where we don't want the check part, so we can do certain strats. If I got the check mark and did that death strat in the minigame, it would have warped me back to the check mark. I would have still gotten the firefly, but it would have just backtracked me. It would have been a lame loss of time. So the 80% for this game is just get 75 fireflies out of the 100. And doors don't have hitboxes unless they're on the ground, so that's why I was able to do that. So we're just going to have to collect the 75 fastest fireflies. We obviously got 30 in the first world, and we're going to get mostly the rest of them in this next world, which is Celestial Plains. This is definitely the meat and potatoes of the run. This world, this has a lot of levels in it, and also a lot of fireflies that we're going to be getting. And a lot of difficult levels. This is one of them. Let's see how this goes. Oh, that was lame. Those enemies are somewhat RNG dependent because they can just throw things at you randomly. And they also just like run around sometimes. Like, as you can see, their movement's a little weird. Okay. So they can just throw things at you sometimes. I've definitely had them snipe me out of the air into the water before. Oh gosh. These caged NPCs are just... We can only break open the cage by running into it. So, okay. I almost went for a really stupid strat. It's like, I'm not doing that. I went really good. Love to see it. It's really, I like really enjoy playing this game because of just how fast paced it is, and it's really satisfying to like nail these levels and strats and stuff. There's also an out of bounds in this game. We will see, we will see it later on the run. It is faster in 90% in one area. You can do it in any stage pretty much. It's just not safe to go for it in an actual level, but you can go for it in. Oops, know what I'm doing. You can go for it in like any of the hub worlds without dying if you miss it up. So it's safer that way. So this stage is rather difficult. You have to kill these particular enemies only by charging into them. I really wanted to make sure I missed that checkpoint. Because I do need to miss it. We're going to be doing a death warp here. Go ahead. Move around here and do another one of these chase mini games. GG. You're able to run into that hitbox twice. It extends it and lets you get close to the door. Pretty neat. Right. Go down these steps. This part is always really satisfying. Let's see if I can get it. He's a gamer. Alright, so now we're at our last life. But we warped back to the start with that death. Aw, and didn't collect the firefly. I've been doing this and not really explaining it, but you're able to pause pretty much at any point in the game, even if you're about to die. So if you just pause and jump into a firefly, you can skip the text box by exiting the level. So we do that with every last firefly that we collect. That's a nice little time save there. And gliding into fireflies is also like a nice little time save. It's just extra space that we get to make that we wouldn't have been able to otherwise. So those are the last of the fireflies that we're going to collect in Celestial Plains, and this is the last level that we're going to do other than the boss fight. This level is pretty high execution based in this category. In like all fireflies or like any other category, it is not the best. I'm also I also didn't run in the pedestal again, so I don't have as much time, but I'll be fine because I'm a speedrunner. I just made it a little bit more difficult for myself, but we made it the cycle anyway. All right. We can only light those candles with that, like, powered up fire breath. There's 3 different elements that you can get a power up of. It's ice, fire, and electric. You'll see electric in this next level, or in this next world. Electric sucks, but, you know, it's there. That was a pretty good jump, too. Kind of flubbed the movement to her, though. Alright, so this is Gulp. The crush fight that we did is actually like probably the most difficult boss fight in the game. It's just a really tight cycle that you need to get. But for this fight, it has a lot of RNG in it. I don't know, a lot, but more than any of the other fights. So he can either shoot out of the left or right side of him, and you want him to shoot it on the opposite. Ooh, okay, the opposite side, so that it comes back around faster. So like that. Yeah. Do it again. He did it out the wrong side, so I had to go back around. Alright. Not bad, not bad. Yeah, that's like one of the only instances of RNG in the game. There's more RNG in like the in the longer categories, like all fireflies or 100%, but even then, it's not that bad. There's only one like mission that's like really bad with RNG, and it's in Candy Lane. You can just lose up to like 20 seconds just because the game feels like it. Alright, so we collected all of our gems, or all our fireflies there. And we collected a particular amount of gems. Oops, I'll go that way. So this stage, we're going to do our game over strat again. We're going to collect these fireflies. Very nice. And then die. And then we're able to just start right back up here. Don't have to count any of the gems or exit the level or anything like that. That was a little close to that gem. You also want to make sure you don't collect a gem going into this stage, and you'll save a couple more seconds. A little close. I don't think I mentioned it, but at the beginning of the game, I did turn off music. And I also turned off tutorials, which is like a thing where Sparks comes up and tells you how to do things. It's really just a waste of time. But turning off music is a big time save, just takes out a lot of lag in the game. Congratulations, you did another obstacle course. Let's see if we can get this text box skip. Oh, I didn't get it. So if you approach that firefly at like the right speed, you can talk to her first and then collect the firefly, but not a big deal. The obstacle courses are very, very hard in this game, definitely. Emily. The wonder we use it at any %. All right, 69, nice. So, like I said earlier, the meat and potatoes are in like the first 2 levels of the game. This last world is not really that difficult. The last level that we enter is kind of hard, but it's definitely not that bad, and we don't have to do like the actual difficult fireflies in it. So it's more so just like a really cool, flashy level to end it on, honestly. Let's see how it goes. Oops. Very nice. It was a little scary at first there, to be honest, but... Oop. Ah. All right. Congratulations, you did the last level. There's 2 more fireflies you can get in there. There's imps, but they're not that fast. All right, so let's go out of bounds. Whee! Go right to Bianca. This is the last fight in the game. This is the Ripto fight. You know him, you love him, or hate him. But there is a way to make this fight a lot faster than the game intends you to do it. So pausing in this game is rather broken. So if you can jump pause, you can jump into his force field that you're supposed to break down, and then you can just ram into him 3 times and beat the game. I was able to get to that door in time. If you don't get to that door in time, you have to talk to the Firefly and to Sparks a little bit. The time's going to be when we start the credits, so in like a couple seconds. I didn't give him enough time. I'm really bad at telling people when it's close to time. But GG's. I'm actually going to just restart so that we can get the cheat codes put in.
It looks like your final time was around 24:09.
Dang. That's really good. There hasn't I'm the only person that's gotten a 24 or a 23. So that's pretty good to get a 24. GG. I've just like super been grinding this game for the past like year and a half. And I really enjoy it, so.
Yep. And someone complaining in chat that unfortunately they just got here and the Spyro run's already over because it went that fast. But there is the incentive that was met for the cheat code any %.
Yes.
So whenever you're ready.
All right, I have to put in the cheat code, so we're gonna put in.
Okay.
We're gonna put in all portals open. So up, left, up, right, up, down, B. Oh. Come on. There we go. Down, up, left, right, B. That's Atlas warping. And then we're going to. And then I think all we need is all worlds and Atlas. So now we can open the Atlas, warp with the Atlas, and then go to any level with the Atlas. Left, right, up, right, left, right, up, B. You can just Google all these cheat codes as well. Yeah. So, that should be all the cheat codes. Timing starts when I select, when I press the start button here. So whenever we're ready, I guess whenever we're good to go.
All right, let's go ahead whenever you're ready.
All right, on go. 3,
all right,
2, 1, go.
So so we have Atlas warping and all portals open, and what else?
And all stages. Oh, whoops, I did that wrong. All stages visible in the Atlas. Oh, I'm doing this wrong. Okay, so we just warp to Starry Plains because you're not able to warp to what am I saying? You're not able to warp to boss fights, but you're able to warp to anything else. So we warp to Starry Plains, and then we have it so that all doors are open, and then we can enter the Ripto fight. So if you missed out how to do the Ripto fight, here's how you do the Ripto fight again. This is cheats, everybody. There's other categories where you have to get like 75 fireflies, collect all the gems. Oh, I died. This is what happens when you die with the life counter glitch. So like you can't actually game over if you don't collect a life with the counter with the glitch. Oops. And if you just get back out, you can just pause and do it again. Boop. There we go. A little sloppy that time, but that's okay. Got to show off what happens there. And timing's the same way, just whenever we stop talking or whenever the credits start. That's what happens when you don't turn the music off. Great time. What a game. And that's, yeah, man, that's Spyro 2 Season of Flame with cheats.
That was what, around 140?
Yeah, it's not too bad considering I died. Sub 2, love to see it. But yeah, that man, I don't want to keep you guys too long, but if you like what you saw, and if you have ever thought about running any of the Spyro handheld games, especially, there's lots of more resources now than there ever has been. The community is as active than it ever has been. If you ever want to learn about this game particularly, I would start crying. So feel free to reach out to me if you have any questions about this. I love this game. I love playing it, and I hope you guys enjoyed watching it. Thanks for letting me show it off.
Yeah, thank you for running this.
I'm not sure what's next, but I'm sure it is hype.
So next up we have Dr. Hauser for the 3DO.
Ooh.
It has been a while since I've seen anything on the 3DO.
Yeah,
so
yeah, that's
I'm
gonna
a
be
little bit
hype.
excited. And that's going to be run by Tea Party Cthulhu.
It's a good tag.
And I will continue to be your host.
Awesome. Well, thanks again for having me. I think I'm gonna head out for now, but I will be back on, I think, the 14th. I think that's when my run is. I'm doing Pokemon Rumble, so I'll see you guys then.
That is correct. Thursday afternoon at around 1:45, Pokemon Rumble by RDA. So
I'm looking forward to it.